recording on there. Can you turn that light on next to you?
Yeah, of course.
You're like in the dark over there.
How's that?
That's a little better. I need to get the lighting down better in here.
Some mood lighting.
Yeah, I do have these lights above I can turn on, but yeah. Anyways, what's up, everyone? Hey! It's your Drive Home Podcast. I'm your Drive Home Podcast host, Ryan. Speeding through this thing real quick. I got the lovely Ally Payne here. What's up? How's it going?
It's going great. It's going great.
Good.
Yes,
Good.
I was just saying to Ryan, off air, off mic, if you will. I never get to do a podcast sitting on a couch and being so comfortable, and I do love that. I want to like have this for my podcast because ours is not. It's not like we're all like tight.
Yeah.
Tight. What's the word I'm looking for? Not tight-lipped. It's not like we're like uptight. Oh my god, I couldn't think of it. It's not like we're uptight, but I am never sitting so comfortably, and I love this. I want more of this, and I do like the lights too.
Yeah. That's a lot brighter.
I like
better.
the mood lighting. I feel like you definitely need to get this in your shot a little bit more.
For sure, yeah.
Because
somehow
the hanging lights are super adorable.
Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
You're welcome. So we were just at lunch together.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. That was fun.
Absolutely. And you had said on the way there, I started talking about the Barbie movie because I became next level obsessed with this movie to the point where I was Western Barbie for Halloween. And by the way, don't look bad as a blonde. And I was going to bring the costume home because my family always does these Saturday Night Live style skits for Christmas. Okay. And we were going to do a Barbie skit, and I stinking left the costume at home. I'm so mad about that. But we started to talk about Barbie, and you're like, wait, don't say the Barbie thing. So I want to know what you wanted to know about the Barbie movie that you don't know or that you haven't seen.
Well, I saw it.
And what'd you think?
And so I watched 2 movies over Thanksgiving break. I watched the Barbie movie. I watched 2 Ryan Gosling movies, I should say. I watched the Barbie movie, and then I watched La La Land.
Which I've never seen. I bought it on Tubi or Vudu or something and fell asleep because I fall asleep in everything and never went back to it.
You need to watch that movie.
Okay.
I preferred La La Land over Barbie. Only because it was a little more visually stimulating. There was effects happening. It was
How much more visually stimulating can anything be than Barbie? Like that is the most magical place that Barbie lives, like Barbie Land.
It was cool. It was props and stuff. It was cool, but I liked La La Land as a musician. I appreciated it because it was about a musician. I think that's what it was. I had never saw it because I didn't know. I thought it was a stupid musical. I didn't know what it was.
Yes.
So I watched it. Well, going back to Barbie, I think I got to watch it again because I didn't get it.
Did you not like the feminism overtones?
No, that was okay.
Was that lost on you?
I knew that it was for a reason. I knew that it was done in a brilliant way. There was a lot of good one-liners. Mm-hmm. I liked it, but I didn't. I think it just wasn't for me. I think that's what it was.
I think that it definitely leans towards females. First of all, like Barbie has been in our DNA since we were kids.
True.
And then the second thing is because I think there's been a shift in women in power over the past even 10, 15 years that it really feeds into, I think, what we have been wanting and fighting for such a long time. So I think that for us, we were like, there is our validation that we've been trying to say, and also equality. And on top of that, the empowering other women, which that was the one thing that I really liked. And I was telling this, I had some lunch with friends the other day, and I was saying how I love complimenting other females. And I love saying, oh, you're such a babe, or I love how you do this in the workspace, or depending on who I'm talking to. I'm not going to, I mean, some of my employees, I do say that they're babes because they are, and I work in an industry that is applauded. Yeah. So we are very encouraging verbally, but with with that, my friend that I was having lunch with, he's like, I've heard you do this so much, like our whole life. We've been friends for like 20 years. You've always been that way.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like, is that other women are embracing it, because I can't stand when one woman will say, oh, I'm such a bitch. And I'm like, I don't like when women say that, because why are you doing that to another woman? Why are you playing the mean girl? That needs to that whole era needs to go away.
You mean like calling themselves a bitch, or calling someone else it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where she's like, I'm a bitch and I know it, and I can't stand it. It's like, no, that does not get you anywhere. You can be assertive. You can say your opinion.
I see what you're saying.
But you don't need to be rude.
Right. I know what you mean. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Well, maybe give it another shot, but if you didn't like it.
I liked the Matchbox 20 reference. I found myself playing it that night and on guitar and singing it. I was like, I remember that song. That was a fun song.
That was one of my favorite songs growing up. Yes.
It's just I guess I never realized that song.
What?
I was such a young kid when that album came out, that Matchbox 20 album came out. So it was one of my favorite songs on there. And I was just too young to understand what it meant.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, or appreciate it. It's a great song. It is crazy. It was just funny that they used that to like embody of all toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh wow, that song's perfect for that, I guess. But no, I appreciate it. I got it. But I just, man, I think I can find other things to do with my time. I know you love the movie.
I will
but I
say,
think it really is catering to a certain audience. I don't think I'm it. So.
And for movies, there are now I have certain movies and styles that I love. Like I love horror movies, I love documentaries, and I find that sometimes you can't watch a movie with somebody else. You guys will just never agree. Like my mom. My mom loves a certain style. She's very big into like she's a Hallmark movie mom.
Yeah.
You know, she's all about that, and that's very cute for her. But she's somebody that I don't tend to watch movies with because we just don't have the same style. And that's fine. If we cannot be on that page, we cannot be on that page.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, my mom she doesn't really watch movies, but my dad, me and my dad have the same taste in movies. Comedies, stupid, brain rot comedies.
Yep.
Me and my dad love watching Rocket Man. You ever see that movie, Rocket Man?
The documentary about Elton John?
No, that's a good one too. That's a newer Rocket. This is a movie by Disney. It was Harlan Williams.
Oh yes, I do remember this. Yes,
it's a great movie.
I totally forgot about that movie.
It's an old Disney movie. It's there's a lot of weird like innuendos in that movie actually.
Really?
Yeah, like not even like innuendos, just like blatant like.
That's everything when we were kids, though.
Yeah,
did
I know.
You ever
and
hear
it was Disney. That's crazy.
But did you ever hear about The Little Mermaid?
Oh, the cover?
Yes.
With the penis cover?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then I'll go back and watch an old movie, and then I go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize everything that they were actually saying or the jokes that were in there.
Yep.
Because it was adults who were writing it, so that does make sense. They're like, we got to make ourselves laugh somehow, some way.
And back then, the average person couldn't just pause a movie. So there are things animated that are thrown in there. And I guess they just did it for the sake of that. Oh, no one will ever know.
Oh, I would too.
I mean,
yes.
I mean, why not? I mean, whatever. I mean, but now it's out there. There's a lot of them. The Lion King has, I think, like the part where Rafiki throws the smoke up, it says like sex or something.
I heard that. I don't know if I've ever gone back to double check that. I guess I should go on YouTube. I'm sure it's like I'll find it in 2 seconds.
Yeah, go down the black hole of YouTube. You'll find all types of crazy stuff with Disney. But but hey, whatever.
Okay, so you were saying that after you watched the Barbie movie, you were playing that song, that Matchbox 20 song.
Yes.
What is your favorite song to play out? Like let's pretend this is the Ryan concert, and don't think of your band now. Don't think of like something that you know that you excel at. You're like, oh, I can play this like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
What is like your number one song that you wish that you could only have one song only to perform? All of a sudden you pick up guitar, drums, mic, whatever your instrument is that you want to use. What's the one song that you would want to be your one song?
Like that I wish was my one song?
That you like that you're like, this is my song. I love this. I think that I would be I want to like shine playing this song out. Remember, it's the Ryan show. It's the Ryan concert.
So you mean like a song that and like say that I wrote it?
Oh no, I was
or
thinking of a song that
song.
performing. Like I was thinking like, oh, if you're like, oh, I really love Gucci Mane, and I really think that I want to get up there and I want to rap,
an acoustic version of Gucci Mane.
Yes, right. Exactly.
No,
Gucci Mane. If you wanted to get up there and just rap.
Yeah.
Like Ryan's never rapped before, then that's fine too.
Yeah.
Do you have that song where you're like, that is my song. I want to be the star of the show while performing that.
You know, I don't know, because a lot of the times I do perform anything, it's there's a lot of time invested in learning it.
Okay.
So I'm pretty, not to like toot my own horn. I'm pretty.
But he's gonna.
I'm going to. I'm pretty confident I can pull off. Not any song, but something that's popular. Most pop music is written in the same chords. They're usually like 4 chords. Like, have you ever heard the song that's like it's like a guy playing piano. It's like 4 chords and he like mashes like 30 songs. It's like
yes.
So like it's pretty much the same thing. Like any song can kind of go with any progression. You know, well not any song, but there's so many songs with each progression or time signature. So like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard question to answer, I guess.
Well, then do you have a favorite that you do play out?
I think
that you've already excelled at, you already know, you've already worked on?
You know, I don't do enough solo stuff. Maybe back in the day. In the day, my go-to was, you remember the band Fuel? Mm-hmm. They had a song.
I saw them live.
Really?
Yeah, a couple times.
Was it with Chris Daughtry when he was like covering for them or whatever?
No.
Their singer? Actually,
I just was telling the person who I saw Fuel with the first time, we were retelling the story to each other, which is funny. You know, you just go over like, oh, remember that one?
Yeah.
So it's a woman we go to church with, and she's my childhood friend. Her name is Dina, and Dina and I used to play mermaids together, and we would like swim in the pool. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is this Fuel concert. So she loves Aerosmith and Steven Tyler. So in the year 2000, I think, Fuel was opening up for Aerosmith. At the time, she was married to my cousin. Okay. So, which is kind of weird. My childhood friend married my cousin. Oh, but anyway, that's here nor there. So all 3 of us went to this show. And when it's like one of those outdoor concert venues. At the time, it was called the Germain Amphitheater. I don't know if it's still called that because I haven't been to Columbus in a long time. Anyway, so we were the last row of the like actual seats, and then the lawn was behind us. Yeah. And they had built this like mini stage in the lawn, which we were like, what? Like we didn't know that like what was going to happen or what was going on. So Fuel came out at one point and performed on that mini stage. Oh, nice. So it was really cool because we were literally right there. Yeah. And then after, a security guy came over and he's like, listen, do not leave your seat. There's going to be a point during this show. If you leave, we're going to kick you out. We're like, what? Well, Steven Tyler and Aerosmith walked by us to perform on that small stage. Wow. And Dina is like sobbing, crying. And she's just funny. Like, it was like the pinnacle of her life. Yeah. Yeah. So it was, so that was my first time seeing Fuel. And they were, it was awesome because Steven they were literally right there. And yeah, we got to see Steven Tyler and Aerosmith too.
That's amazing.
It was so fun. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Yes. And she said, do you remember there was a guy who was also sitting at the end that she basically like sat between his legs essentially because she's like trying to get as close to Steven Tyler as possible. And she's like, I don't even care.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
That's so crazy because that's so random because Fuel was like more like, I guess alternative rock. They weren't really like, I don't know.
They never fell into the classic. At that point, it was the year 2000 or 2001, like I said. Yeah. And they weren't in the classic rock realm. No. They just happened to be the opener. Yeah. I don't know why they got picked.
I put them with like Creed.
Yep.
And
3 Doors Down.
3 Doors Down. That's a better. Yeah. That's a better.
Some good dad rock.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That 90s dad rock.
Yes.
But there's a song by them, Shimmer, that I can play pretty well on. and I like that song.
Love that song.
Yeah,
that is probably my favorite song of theirs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of the first songs I heard them do, like on the radio or whatever.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, and then there was another song. Oh, I'm thinking of a different band. You remember Our Lady Peace?
I just bought some Our Lady Peace vinyl the other day.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So I went to get a new needle for my record player.
Yeah.
And I know the girl who owns this record store.
Yeah.
And so I went over to the left to because you know how they'll have like folk, blues, whatever. So I went over to the 90s punk section and she was like, "Really? I didn't know that was what you were into." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I love that was my era." Yeah. So I bought the Donnas. I don't know if you remember if there was a band called the Donnas.
Yeah.
So I bought the Donnas and then I went over to look and I said to her like, I love the 90s through and through. Like it was my era. So I went over and they had a double vinyl like box set of Our Lady Peace and I bought that too. Mm-hmm. I love them. I saw them so many times. Really? Yeah, I saw them in like 7th grade. Wow. At the Agora. Wow. And I think that was my first time seeing them. Was like, why did my parents let me go?
I'm surprised. Yeah.
Oh my God, my parents! Yeah. I swear to God, they let us go to way too many concerts. Like, okay, no, I love it. Yeah, yeah. But I can't believe that they were so trusting. Like, I know. Me and my one girlfriend, we went and saw Smashing Pumpkins when we were in 7th grade. Uh-huh. And she, my dad let me just let me go. He let my cousin Melina take me to Our Lady Peace. Yeah. She literally dropped us off and was like, "I'm going clubbing. See ya."
I love that.
And picked us up.
That's crazy.
If my dad ever knew, I don't think he ever knew that Lena never stayed. She went clubbing instead and then came back. I still to this day don't think he knows really what happened. Wow. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Because if I was a parent, which I'm not, but if I was a parent, I'm not going to let my 7th grader just go into a concert venue.
Right. No. Yeah. My parents, so I always played in a lot of bands growing up. Like the first band I was ever in, I was in 8th grade. Yeah. So I was not even in high school yet, but a lot of my bandmates were in high school, and they were also from our youth group. So every band I played in, we were like Christian punk bands. So like every concert I went to was with them. And I think because my parents trusted them, that was the only reason why I was allowed to go to any concerts back then. Like I remember,
which they probably shouldn't have.
No. I went to my first Warped Tour. I think my first Warped Tour was like 2001. Yes. And I was like 15 or 16, and I just remember. And this was a different Warped Tour. This wasn't the commercialized Warped Tour that we get now. Whenever they decide to do it,
this is like Bouncing Souls.
This was Bouncing Souls, Pennywise. Yep. NoFX, MXPX, which that was how I got away with. MXPX was a Christian band. They started, so I would always that was always the card I would always pull with my parents. But yeah, we would. I remember going and seeing people throwing up in garbage cans, drunk. Like it's not like that now. I think that was just that generation or something. I don't know what it was because I was so young and I see all these adults getting into fist fights and throwing up and drunk or passed out. You don't see that so much anymore.
No, and I'm glad. I'm glad for it. But also, like now, if there's ever fights, they break it up right away.
Right away.
Which I do
more
love.
Security these days, maybe that's what it is.
Well, and plus, like prior to me seeing the Pumpkins in 7th grade, a couple people got trampled at their concert.
Yeah, you told me that.
And that was something that I'm surprised my parents said you can still go. Right. But anyway, so I think from there, well, just recently at a Travis Scott concert.
Yeah, I talked about that on here. Yeah, people thought it was maybe a sacrifice, all the conspiracy. Oh, yeah, we went deep in it. Oh, yeah, they're saying that because here's a lot of. Okay, so he's a huge Jim Morrison fan, and he had like there was signs all over like "See you on the other side," lines from the Doors. People think that was planned. Getting back into the conspiracy corner over here. Gosh. People think that was a planned sacrifice and that happened on purpose. I don't think so. I think it was just overly crowded and that's just what happens. I think they probably didn't have enough policies or security. But anyways, yeah. I remember when that was just recently and that's scary. Look what happened. We were talking about country music earlier. That country concert out in Nevada.
With the shooting?
Where the guys just started shooting. Yep. I actually watched a documentary on that. It was on, I want to say Paramount Plus, and it was actual footage of, because everyone these days has a phone. Mm-hmm. So they had collaborated people's video footage from different angles of that concert, all in one documentary, and you just see everyone's just on the ground. They just said everyone get on the ground. No one's leaving because they're afraid as soon as they see a moving target, they're going to take them out.
Right,
you know.
right.
So yeah, anything can happen these days. That's what I'm more like worried about is random occurrences happening.
Does that make you fearful to go to a concert then?
I definitely have my head on a constant swivel, like not like I used to. I'm definitely looking over my shoulder when I go out anywhere. Like it's crazy. Like,
restaurant.
I mean, not maybe like where we went today, not so much. And Lakewood's a pretty safe area, but like mostly concerts, large gatherings of people where someone's going to take advantage of that and just say hello to my little friend. You know what I mean? Just spray. You never know these days. It's happening, you know?
It's true. It's
Grocery
absolutely
stores.
true. But I will say, like, this is where, I know we obviously grew up with, no, not obvious, but for anybody who doesn't know either one of us, that we grew up with such a strong faith base that I literally have no fear of that whatsoever. I have no fear of dying in the slightest. Like, if I'm at a concert and somebody takes me out, I'm totally okay with that. Like, I'm never trying to protect myself because I'm like, oh, if today's my day, today's my day.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
See, I want to at least be able to prevent that from being my day. That's the thing. I want.
Oh my gosh! At least I could say I went out having such a good time.
Right. I want to try.
It better be a good concert, though. It better not be something crap.
Right. I hear you. I wouldn't say I have a fear. I don't really get. Although I will say, last time I flew, which was a couple months ago, we went to Florida. I was a little. Maybe because I hadn't been on a plane for so many years, I was a little nervous.
Okay.
I was a little nervous.
Yeah. That's also a very common fear.
And going back
anxiety.
to, I mean, we see random things happening on flights every day. People are acting out. People are, I'm sure you saw the video, that guy, they had to duct tape him to his seat because he wouldn't shut up and they had to duct tape his mouth closed. I mean, you never know.
You get what you deserve, man. Like, just be quiet.
Yeah, just shut up. Yeah. Well, I think that guy was a little overly served, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, anything.
That is one thing I can't stand is when people get out of control on a flight. Yeah. Because I'm a pretty decent flyer. Now, my significant other, he is not. Yeah. He has to like take a Xanax or something just to get through a flight. But yeah.
Sorry about that noise. I don't know what that is.
That's okay. I don't know what it is either. So as far as flying goes, though, even if there is a delay in a flight, people just start going crazy. I want to be like, we're all going to walk off at the same time. We're all going to get there. Like, you might be delayed. But when people get irate and they're yelling, I'm like, you're ruining this literally for everyone else, too. Oh. Like, this is not just your world.
For sure.
So just shut up, sit down. We're all going to get there, okay?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you're being ridiculous. And that is a sense of entitlement that I just will never understand.
Right. Yeah, I saw a video just today on my phone. It was some lady standing in line on the flight that she's about to get on, and she's filming herself on like Facebook Live or something, and she's like showing, like, basically mocking every person in line because they were like basically calling them all. I couldn't really get a good look at everybody, but she's saying they're all immigrants. Look at all these immigrants. Look at all these immigrants.
So
you're about to get on a plane with these people. You might want to be a little nice. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You're just assuming who they are. I just couldn't believe that. Like, who are you reaching? Because you're reaching an audience that isn't in front of you right now. You're reaching people that are on your Facebook fantasy land, and that's it. So
she is obviously
crazy.
Trying to get the attention, the clicks,
right.
Definitely.
I think it's these lights. That's what it is. I forgot that they're not grounded, and it messes with. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But it's just crazy. You can't go anywhere these days without people acting up and acting a fool. But yeah, I know you said we were just going to do a couple minutes. We've been pretty much just going all day. But I just wanted to have you on since I got you here live in the flesh. I'm like, my goodness, I know this is the last thing you want to be doing on your vacation from work.
No, it's so funny because I was taking pictures to put on my social. Yeah. Follow Ally Payne, Ally with a Y, Payne with a Y. And I was taking pictures basically saying, like, I can never get away from the mic. But I don't hate it. I love it. I love it when it's especially this, where I get to just, like, chill and be me. And it's not necessarily work-related. So, no, I love this environment for sure.
Yeah,
This is very cute.
Yeah,
next time, bring snacks.
Oh, for sure.
I'm just kidding.
No. Next time we'll do a couple hours. We'll go. We usually.
He didn't even invite me to take a Fresca that's out of his fridge here.
No, would you like something to drink? Seriously. Oh, that's what it's there for.
I'm just messing.
I need to put a sign there. Help yourself or something.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
But, no. We when we started this. Well, not when I started, but when we first started doing like this in studio stuff. Me and Tim, my co-host, when he's here. It really just started like an excuse to hang out, have a couple drinks.
I love that.
We'd go till like 2 a.m. sometimes.
I've never done a podcast having cocktails.
Really?
Never.
Really?
No.
It's the best.
I used to work for a winery, and I never drank on the job either.
Really?
Yeah, I get a little too clumsy. So I don't like that. I don't want to be that person. So I never. Yeah. No, I'm I'm a very compartmentalized person.
Okay.
Which I think surprises people because I am go with the flow.
Sure.
But there are certain things that have to be a certain way. And when it comes to any kind of broadcast, anything, or actually work, I keep very like business like.
Yeah.
When I'm working, I'm working.
Yeah.
When I'm having fun, I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Some people can't separate that or like. And I know like I listen to like Joe Rogan and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They're straight up. They have a thing called Protect Our Parks, which is a whole bunch of comedians. They just sit there and there's no dead space. It's just joke after joke.
I love that.
They're telling jokes over top, but the whole time they're drinking and doing whatever.
Yeah.
And you could tell it's fun just to watch it because you feel like you're in the room with them. Just
that's
having a
how
good
it should
time.
be.
Yeah. So, well, before we go, I had a couple questions real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a few. Didn't have a whole lot of time. Like I told you, I haven't even did my Christmas shopping yet. So, yikes.
Yikers is right.
Right. I haven't had a whole lot of time to prepare. Normally I have like videos and stuff, but what did I have? I know I wrote some stuff down here. I had
asked me anything.
Okay, this is a question I asked Jonathan Malm when I had him on our show a couple weeks ago. He's a social media influencer and he wrote a couple books. So how long? There was an article I was reading a couple months ago, and there was a study done that on the average person spends about 4 hours a day on their daily appearance.
Oh,
does that sound right? Is that more of a female?
That's definitely
statistic?
more of a female thing, but I definitely don't spend 4 hours. I could spend
throughout
an hour
throughout the day. Maybe reapplying lipstick or whatever. I'm thinking completely out the box right now. I don't know.
Sure. I probably spend an hour a day.
Yeah.
And when I am at my regular job, I wear no makeup. I actually am probably makeup-less on social media more than I have makeup on.
Yeah.
Which is a really great place to be. I'm very comfortable without having that. That was something I used to not be so comfortable with, but now I don't care. Okay. So, yeah, I spend about an hour a day. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I have been doing it so long. I'm like, I got this down pat.
Jeez. You see, I got to say, I'm a guy. I spend about an hour a day. And
really? What are you doing?
I'm taking into consideration showering and, I mean, everything.
Yeah, me too.
I take like half-hour showers, dude. I take like...
Oh, you're one of those people that just stands with the hot water.
This is physical therapy to me. I want the hot... I got the nice, like... My shower head has like... what is it? It's like a power wash setting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, it's a nice one. So it's like...
You're like, get in that grundle.
Right. And I got nice hot water finally. So I was telling you, Brian, friend of ours from church, that hot water heater is brand new. He just put that in. And before then, my water was never hot. It was always like room temperature.
Oh, yeah.
And I still would take half-hour showers in this cold, not cold, but it just feels good, you know?
I'm one of those people, I need it to be the extreme hot.
It's hot now.
I need to have a lobster look.
Right.
As soon as I walk out.
Looking pink when you come out. Yeah. That's how I like it. So half hour alone. My hair can take like 10 minutes, I believe it or not, because I'm thin on top, but just getting it to look okay, at least 10 minutes. Because what I do is I kind of style it, and then I'll like get dressed, and then it's already starting to get limp. So then I have to like restyle it. It's a whole thing. I don't know.
Now, when you're in the shower, are you facing the shower? Is your back to the shower?
Yeah, shower head's hitting me right here on the back, getting all this, tension. Just I don't know. It's really hard pressure, so I like it. I don't know.
I'm a rotisserie chicken.
Okay, so you're spinning around.
I'm spinning around.
I don't like waterboarding myself.
I don't either. But I feel like I need like at least a good spin around just to like make sure the water hits my face directly.
No, that makes sense. I don't know where they're getting 4 hours a day from. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they pulled people in L.A. or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know. But
if that's an average, that's
if they're working out, if they could consider that their body appearance. Maybe I do like 45 minutes, cardio.
Well, if that's the case,
no, that's weird.
I'm still not hitting 4 hours.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, so that was that one question, and then I want to ask you, what was pretty much the end of the year here? This might actually even be our last episode of the year.
Aww.
So lucky you, you're on our last episode.
Season finale.
Season finale. So
season finale with Ally.
Right. So we talked a little bit about movies. What would you say your movie of the year was for 2023?
Barbie. I just told you.
Right, that's it.
That was mine. It was that integral to my life.
Jeez, full circle back to Barbie. God.
I know. I love it.
My favorite movie of the year, and I know we briefly were talking about Halloween in the car, this movie called Talk to Me.
I've never even heard of it.
It just came out this past Halloween.
Okay.
Amazing. It's basically so these kids find this artifact. It's like a hand. There's all this weird writing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they have these parties where you set a table, you have the hand there, you got a chair on this side, another chair on this side, a candle. You light the candle. You shake hands with this thing, and you with your eyes closed, you're supposed to say "talk to me," and then a dead person shows up, like a ghost shows up.
Love it.
I know. And then what you say after that? If you say "let me in," the thing possesses them, and then kind of aside. Everyone says they're all like Gen Zs and stuff. They all take their phone out and they're just recording this person possessed and acting weird, and they think it's funny and they're posting it. It's kind of like preachy towards today's generation, the clout.
Yep.
This is actually not even serious. We find this funny.
Mm-hmm.
We see people fighting or something, we take our phone out. It's same principle.
Yep.
So this movie, so good. I don't want to spoil it because it sounds like you like it.
Yep.
But definitely watch Talk to Me. That was my number one movie of 2023. It was so good, so well done. It's a good movie. But that was my movie of 2023. And then I guess my last question is still movies.
Okay.
Favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, hands down, Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
Yes, for sure. I have only 2 movies I own.
Yeah.
Really? Yep. I don't buy movies ever. Oh. I'm more of a music person, but I own Rocky Horror Picture Show and A Christmas Story. Wow. And that's all I own. Yes.
Wow. I got a whole library of movies upstairs.
I grew up around here in the Cleveland area.
Yeah.
And when I left here 18 years ago, I get so homesick. Like I genuinely get very, very homesick. And part of that is because I have a really close family, but I also have really close friends. Like I was just telling Ryan, I've had the same best friend for 25 years. Mm-hmm. I've had this group of girlfriends since 8th grade, and we all talk to each other all the time. And so I get homesick for that because I've just had such intimate relationships in my life.
Yeah.
So it's one of those movies. I think it's my favorite because it reminds me of home so much too. With the Christmas Story house here, and we would always watch it with our family growing up.
Yeah.
We did have a couple really unusual. I just have to say this: we had some unusual family movies. Did you ever see the movie Labyrinth?
Yeah, it's a weird one.
It is.
David Bowie.
That is like our family movie. We all love it.
I can see your dad likes Bowie. So
yes.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. We're not a wholesome, Walton's kind of movie family. No, ours is absolutely like just off the wall.
Oh,
yes, for sure.
Well, speaking of family movies, you get. I think my favorite Christmas movie, and this is a hard one because I like Elf a lot. It's one of my favorite ones.
That's a good one.
It's 20 years old. It just did a 20-year anniversary.
Isn't that crazy?
I know. I remember seeing it in theaters. I remember being in theater and seeing it. It's crazy. But my favorite movie, Christmas movie, is A Family Man. No, it's called The Family Man with Nicolas Cage. It's kind of a modern day, well, not modern day, it was from the 90s, but it's a Scrooge type movie where he's a business owner. He's in Manhattan. I think it takes place. No, maybe I think it's in Chicago actually. Sorry.
Okay.
He owns his business. I don't think they even tell you what it is, but he's like kind of like a Scrooge. Like he's got everyone there working on Christmas Eve. He's like, hey, we got to be here Christmas morning.
Yes.
And he falls asleep. Oh, he's involved in an armed robbery at a just getting eggnog that night at a store. And that guy that robbed the place, it's Don Chandler or something like that guy from Iron Man. I forget his name. Anyways.
I don't know.
He was actually an angel.
Oh, Cheadle. Don
yes,
Cheadle.
Cheadle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he was actually an angel. He goes to bed. He wakes up the next day with his whole family that he would have had if he would have married his college sweetheart or whatever, high school sweetheart. And I love that movie because like he's like working at a tire store and he's like, good Lord, like this is so hokey. Like compared to the life he had before, now he's working at a tire store and he's like. He opens a drawer and he finds like a thing of vodka. He's like, you probably needed this every day. He's like,
I forgot about that movie until I just looked up the poster and I was like, oh yeah, yes, I do remember that movie.
It's so good, isn't it?
I also watched another movie that I don't think I've ever seen it before, but just recently. It was called The Family Stone.
That's a good one too. Yes. Owen Wilson and who else is in there?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
And
the coach from Coach, the guy from Coach,
Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah, I forget his name. Yeah,
and the guy from My Best Friend's Wedding, and I can't remember his name. Not important.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was also a great one that I really.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
It was like a sneaker upper because we were trying to find something that my boyfriend actually hates Will Ferrell, so he won't watch Elf. Yeah.
Really? Yes. I know a lot of people like that. There's Will Ferrell hate. I don't know what it's about.
I'll tell you who I hate. Will Smith. I've always hated Will Smith.
I'm not a big fan of him now either. But
I mean, this is pre-slapping and all that stuff.
Pre-slap. Gotcha.
Yes, I've never been a Will Smith fan. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's such a great actor. Have you seen I Am Legend? And it is the worst movie ever.
Oh my God, they're making a sequel to
it. Will never watch it.
Is it because of the dog dying? Is that what it is?
No, he's just a terrible actor.
Really?
He is the worst actor I've ever seen in my life. And I wish people would quit acting like he is. And I can't stand him in his marriage. Or whatever that is.
That's sad too. That's terrible. Yeah.
It is, but I just want to be like, I don't care. But you know what? I hate when people say I don't care. So I just stay silent on Will Smith. Except for right now, I hate Will Smith.
I just got to say, this is kind of a weird thing to say, but my mom has a crush on Will Smith. I've heard her tell me that she's had dreams of him.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I don't know why.
I'll tell you who mine is.
Yeah.
Will Arnett. Will Arnett from, he's...
Saturday Night Live? Or he was at least?
His ex-wife was on Saturday Night Live. He was married to Amy Poehler.
Okay, real skinny guy, right?
He's thinner. He has a podcast called Smartless.
Okay.
He was also in, not Curb Your Enthusiasm.
He has like really bug eyes, right? Like really bright eyes.
He does have bright eyes. Yeah, I mean, I want them to look longingly into mine.
I'm trying to like picture.
He was also in The Sopranos.
I never watched it.
What?
I know.
I just watched it actually within the past couple of years.
Really?
Yeah. It was one of those like he also. Hold on a second. He also voices the Reese's.
He does a lot of voiceover stuff.
Yes.
Cartoons and stuff. I know
Lego
that.
Batman.
Yeah. Okay.
Arrested Development was the show I was trying to think of.
Okay. Yeah.
But yes, that's like my free pass celebrity is Will Arnett. And it's his voice. I love a good deep voice.
Yeah.
So if he could just, I don't care if you read me, Christmas stories on repeat. I just want to hear Will Arnett talk in my ear. Yes, I love him so much.
Crazy.
And everything he does is funny.
Yeah.
He was hilarious as Job in Arrested Development. So that's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
What's
guys.
yours?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask me that. I feel like guys, it's hard because I don't know, a celebrity just crush. We'll say the
like
one.
Your numero uno.
Number one, I gotta say is, and I've brought her up numerous times.
On this podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, I can't believe it. I just recently learned how to say her last name correctly. Christina Ricci.
Oh, I thought it was Ricci.
Me too.
Great in Casper. Like,
yes.
She is.
Well, that was the time I fell in love with her. Exactly. I was the same age.
Did you watch her in Yellow Jackets?
Yes. Watched it, loved it, watched it all. I saw her in Wednesday. I saw her and everything.
I think she is a total babe. That's a great choice.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, everything I've ever seen her in. Her and there's a tie between her and Jennifer Love Hewitt. That's always those two have always been my go-to girls.
That is absolutely your teenage era.
Yeah.
Because Jennifer Love Hewitt was during that Party of Five phase.
Oh yeah. Sister Act 2. She's in that.
Yes.
All the greats.
Can't Hardly Wait.
Right.
That was Ryan's teenage. And by the way, I think she's doing something new. I just
really?
heard. I just recently. I don't remember what it was, but also Christina Ricci.
Is it? I'm pretty sure I Googled it and that's what it told me.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe that could be wrong. Maybe they translated it wrong.
Do you remember? Not that this needs to be so like Hollywood dirt. Let me update you. She also was in a really tumultuous marriage. He was like, I think there's a lot of DV.
Okay.
I think. I don't think we can say that word on a podcast without getting bleeped out.
What word? Say whatever.
DV. Domestic violence. Like there's certain things that will like trigger your podcast with a
really
DV.
Maybe on YouTube. Spotify is pretty
loosey goosey,
a little loosey goosey.
Yeah.
YouTube will flag things, but we've learned to keep the racy stuff further into the show, not at the beginning. The only time I've ever been flagged for anything on here is for playing music. I played. Yeah, they don't like that, especially if you're. Like, we try to review it.
They don't like that. Like, who's they?
Yeah.
They don't like that.
Yeah, whoever they are.
Whoever they are.
Some AI algorithm or whatever. Yeah, no.
Some nerd
right.
who's wearing short-sleeve business button-up shirts hates that.
Well, we were playing. It was either music or actually, I don't even know because I got an email from Spotify for podcasters saying that I have content that needs to be reviewed, but they didn't show me what content. And I never removed anything, but we were playing.
You little rascal! You.
Oh, I know. I feel like so sly. Yeah, we were playing the Black White Supremacist skit by Dave Chappelle from Chappelle's Show. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
Okay, so we were playing that on here one late night, and this was before.
I mean, how many adult beverages did you have?
Oh, too many. I don't know why we even got into that.
I was gonna say,
how did we even? I don't know how we got there.
Know.
But this was also before we were video, so there was no video to it. It was just the audio of it, and the audio was funny enough, Yeah. And I think that may have flagged us, but
you think?
it may have because it was a long skit. But I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? I don't care.
Dave's
Whatever.
like, give me my money.
Right.
If you're gonna play that much, then give me my money.
Right. Seriously, he did do that with Netflix. I think when they put his stuff on Netflix again, and he didn't approve it, they had to take it back down. Then he approved it, and they put it back up.
So
that could have been it. Who knows? But
yes. All right. Before we go, since this is the last episode, or maybe the last episode, do you have anything? Doesn't have to be a New Year's resolution. Do you have anything that you want to accomplish next
good
year?
Question.
I always do this thing where I don't make New Year's resolutions, but I pick something to do. Like one year I got my motorcycle license. Another year I ran a marathon. I'll always do something. So I'm putting effort and time into something and accomplishing something. So do you have something that you want to do in 2024?
Jeez, I gotta say, Allie, I'm not very goal oriented.
Okay.
I hate to say that, but I'm just not.
That's all right.
I'm the type of person. I'm very go with the flow. I'm very when opportunity comes, I'll take it.
Okay.
I don't really seek opportunity. I feel like a lot of my opportunities or whatever in life is just kind of fallen in my lap. And I feel like. Well, anyways, I'll just answer the question. Definitely trying to bulk up a little bit. Oh. Trying to get like get a little swole going on. You know what I'm saying?
New ride guy in 2024.
Right? Yeah. When I hit 40, I want to be that 4.0 version of myself. You know what I mean?
Good
I want to be
you.
like the best. So I'm trying now to work on that.
Okay.
Because it's all So I don't know.
And you're right. It's not going to happen in a day.
Right. So I want to start now.
That's a good yes.
Right. So that's probably, but that's something I've already been working on. So I don't know. I think 2024. I want to.
I mean, you already said that you wanted to work towards being a better version of yourself.
Right. Something. I think that's probably it. I mean, a lot of people say that. Oh, I want to lose weight. It's like such a cliche answer, but it probably is what.
But if you're gonna do it, then you're gonna do it.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
That's probably a good goal. I know it's boring, cliche answer, but
maybe one of the things too is like with your podcast to say, okay, I want to get X amount of subscribers, and I want to do.
I would love that.
X amount of 5-star reviews.
Right.
Maybe something that you're investing so much time into this,
Yeah.
have a goal for this.
Right.
As opposed to, I mean, yes, please work on your body. Do whatever that makes you happy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying another small thing because you're constantly working on this. So I would absolutely create a goal for this baby.
Yeah, that's true.
If I were you.
That's exactly what I call it all the time. This is my baby, right?
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
It's something I started, and it's an idea that I had, and my numbers aren't high, but it's enough people for me to keep going. So I got 5 different countries watching, whatever. It's weird.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, but they're random people.
That's okay.
So thank you.
But here's my thing. This is my analogy for this, and I said this to my uncle too when he was starting the church that you attend. I said to him, whenever I don't run anymore, but at one point I was really into running. And I said to him, for me to train for a marathon, it takes a long time. So you're not going to run a marathon without training for it and putting in the work and putting in the effort and that time to get there. So it's the same with this podcast.
Yeah.
So your numbers might be here now, but you're still training for that marathon. So you still have work to give and time. So
that's true.
Don't think that it's like, overnight I'm going to be an overnight success.
Right. No way.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often.
No way. No, and I'm well aware of that as far as being a musician.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still making. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and add a video at the end of this so you can cap it off, or I'll add it somewhere when I edit this. But there was a video of Weird Al, and he was like, "Hey, listen. Hey, I got my Spotify Wrapped. I had 80 billion listens."
Wow.
And he had made $14 in Spotify revenue. And he's like, yeah.
Are you serious?
He's like, yeah, it's enough for me to buy a sandwich. So thanks for the sandwich.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's all he made. Weird Al.
Hey, how you doing? Al here. Look, I'll make this really quick. I just want to thank you all for your amazing support. It's my understanding that I had over 80 million streams on Spotify this year. So if I'm doing the math right, that means I earned $12. So, enough to get myself a nice sandwich at a restaurant. So from the bottom of my heart, thanks for your support, and thanks for the sandwich.
What, 80 million, or I'm pretty sure it was
that's really sad, actually.
Yeah, it is. It needs to
this
change.
is my original content.
Yeah,
that I'm not making money off of.
I haven't made a penny off of this. This has all been investing, all of it. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not doing this clout chasing or anything. I'm just kind of fell into it. So I'm getting a little better with it. I hope so. But yeah,
well, let's meet up next year then.
Yeah, we'll see how.
When I'm home for Christmas next year. Let me know what your numbers are. Let's see if you got any closer to your goal.
Right.
We'll see.
Awesome.
I'll check in with you in a year from now.
Yeah.
I mean, prior to, but
But we can always do these online too, like we did before, if you ever have a chance. But well, hey, anything you want to plug? Scott and Ally's show in the morning.
I am on the Scott and Ally show. You can follow Scott and Ally show on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We're on all of them. You can follow my own personal page, which is Ally Payne. Ally with a Y, Payne with a Y. The thing that I do the most is a series called Finger Lakes Finds, because I live in the Finger Lakes of New York. So I highlight local businesses, and I'll do like reels for them with no monetary gain at all. I love the Finger Lakes so much that I love to highlight the businesses that are in my community.
That's awesome. That's hard to do. I'll do a 12-second reel, and it takes me all day.
Oh, I know.
These kids, they can do it in no time at all. It's amazing.
Crazy.
It takes me all day to do like a 15-second video.
I know.
It's crazy because you're like editing out like air in between words. Like it's hard. It's hard, but it's fun.
It's a lot of fun. So
yeah, awesome.
Absolutely. Let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right,
Thank you so much, my friend.
See ya.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Bye.
All right, take care.